I got my first Happy Mail. Hey, it's Care. Welcome to my Take at the Lake. Check this out. Ask and the universe, or a nice, sweet, wonderful subscriber, provides. I had put it out there that I was looking for a purple patterned Reader's Digest vintage book. And I think a fairly new subscriber, Donna, direct messaged me on my Etsy store and said, hey, I have a purple one and a green one. If you're interested, I'm not going to use them. And I said, well, sure, I would love them. And in the blink of an eye, they were here. And they are beautiful. But I find they're so interesting. They're unlike any Reader's Digests that I've seen. This is a purple one that I found recently. Before that, plain purple, no pattern. You know, I was close, getting closer, ever closer. And this is a 19 something or other, 50s, I think, or late, maybe 1960s. But look how skinny, they're so tiny, which is awesome because they're very different than all the other ones that I have. I've never seen one this narrow of a spine before, which is, like I said, I think that's really cool. Another thing that I find fascinating about these from Donna, and Donna, thank you so much. I am just jazzed. I've got plans. Oh, I have plans. I can get these out of the way for just a minute. They are exactly the same book. Reader's Digest Condensed Books, The Key to Rebecca and the Aviator. Both 1981, I think. Yep, 1981. Exactly the same, which is so cool. Because all these other ones with all these funky covers have been all different books than each other. So that's interesting. And here's a really cool thing. I'm not sure if it's posted yet. It probably won't get posted before this video does, but I've been hyper back into watercolor, getting back into watercolor. And when I started going through these books from Donna, the inside page is a Pennsylvania Country Stream watercolor by Nita Ingle. That may not mean anything to you, but I have studied her work for decades. She's got brilliant books out on watercolor painting and techniques and whatnot, and she's one of my very favorite watercolorists. I'm fascinated with connections like this. Another connection is one of the books in here, The Key to Rebecca, is by Ken Follett, who is also author of Pillars of the Earth, and he's part of one of my own books. I wrote a book on creative research for writers of all genres, and he had written 11 novels, I believe, and it wasn't until Pillars of the Earth, I think that's the one, it's been a while, so pardon me, but whichever one took off and put him on the map, so to speak, was the only one he had done research for. And it's all fiction, but he did research for it. And his work was all the better for it. And it's about creative research, not the stuff that was shoved down our throats in high school and junior high. It's creative research. I taught it to my composition students. For years I taught without it. The curriculum came before the book. But once I started teaching creative research for writing, the kids couldn't get enough. So then I wrote a book. And Ken Follett plays a part of that. And it's in here. Just these, synchronicities and connections. I just think it was meant to be. These were meant to be mine. Thank you, Donna. Thank you again. And her note just tickled me pink. So I got the box. She said she shipped it medium mail and it would be a while. It seemed like overnight, it was here. It was here really fast. And because I was expecting these big fat books, the box looked like exactly what was going to be in it. Well, when I opened the box, I saw something other than Reader's Digest books. And her note says, I realized I don't have any newspaper, scrap paper, or unpainted bubble wrap for padding, but I have 5 billion jelly prints, so I used a bunch. Feel free to use, paint over, or recycle. I'm glad these books will have a home. Donna. So funny. So funny. Check this out. Just truckloads of jelly plate prints. They are so much fun. Different sizes. And I love jelly plate printing myself. However, Donna's got different colors than I do, and she makes different prints than I do, different marks than I do. And so none of these could I have done myself because I don't have these colors, and I don't have these stencils, and I don't have her way of putting them all together. They are fantastic. I can't go through them all here with you. This one's got like a coppery. Oh, there you go. See that? Oh, what fun is that? I'm so excited. Bright colors. Oh, for the lake book, absolutely. She's got grunge down to a fine art. I tell you what. Great colors. Just so much fun. Like I have nothing like that pattern. I've not imagined anything like that pattern. I've not purchased anything like that. Totally. This will go, no offense, Donna, this will go on my Ugly Betty, which is turning out not so ugly now that she's all coordinated and snazzy. She's looking pretty good. She started out as one of my uglies. Ugly on purpose. Look how fun these colors are. Some have these fantastic birds on them. So fun. That one just screams Edgar Allan Poe. Look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. And there's a coordinating one. I picked out some of my favorites, even though there's tons more favorites in here. Love these colors. I've already started using them. These have a project all unto themselves. Yay, Happy Mail. I'm so excited. I can't even tell you. Can't even tell you. Thank you again, Donna. This was like a kid on Christmas. I showed my mom. We went through one by one by one, and she noticed things I didn't notice. In fact, she's the one that pointed out the coppery bubble wrap. Awesome. Awesome. So these will have wonderful futures. I might just leave the purple one alone. I have been making zines per Journaling with Purpose. Helen at Journaling with Purpose. I've been making these little zines. 2021, I think. She did a zine every month. And I just love that idea. Of course, I just found it a couple weeks ago. And so this might be my zine for June. This is a regular copy paper. Just normal plain Jane copy paper one. And this is one of the bigger jelly plate prints from Donna. So I'm not sure what size paper. Like maybe 9 by 12? Maybe. I think so. Probably 9 by 12 because that's about 1/4 of an inch. Times that. Yeah, it's probably 9 by 12 paper. Look at me doing math and stuff in public. Ho, 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 ho. Anyway, this is one of her jelly plate prints as the cover and just plain copy paper inside. But I was trying to experiment because that's what I do. I wanted a double zine. It didn't work out that way. I have several failed attempts that I don't have to show you right handy, but this is the bigger piece of paper, and I love this one because it had on one side it had this gold jelly print, And on the back, it was black. Started out as black paper, but it's almost like chalk marks on the back, which just, you know, me and my academic soul love old-fashioned chalkboards. You know, I can't cut it because I stapled it. This is a mistake that I made. I don't know how I did it. So I ended up with two pieces that it got stapled together. I wanted to see some of both sides of it and have more pages. So it's kind of like, sort of like an accordion book, but sort of not. I mean, it's pretty simple. You can see here's half of it folded in quarters. Here's half of it folded in quarters. And then staple here and fold it up. So, you know, it's not rocket science. Like I said, I did it by accident. But I love it. I just love it. And you might be looking at this thinking, oh, she uses small talk too. No, I do not. In fact, I'm as sick of small talk as I am of butterflies currently. Everybody has small talk. Everybody's using the same phrases. Everybody's using the same words that Tim Holtz made I don't know how many years ago. I decided it was time for something fresh and fun. And so I made these, as I do, for myself because A, I'm not buying small talk, and B, I wanted something fresh and new. And so I made words to live by right there in black and white. And it's different phrases and different little quotes. You know, daydream. The power of imagination makes us infinite. Yes, you can. If not now, then when? Yes, you can. Follow your heart. So you can cut them up. You know, if you want to use just the words in the beginning, cut that up. Let's see what else. Daydream, muster courage, trust yourself with a capital S. Recognize what you have inside of you. Choose optimism because it's always a choice. Don't just change, transform. Not all positive change feels positive in the beginning. You know, there's that terror barrier and that fear factor that creeps up and says, no, don't try anything new. No, don't try anything new. Because it's scary. But once you do, like riding a bike or water skiing or swimming or driving a car or dancing the jitterbug or starting a YouTube channel or any of those things, it feels really awkward and painful at first. But you can do it. Just keep at it if you love it. My favorite saying, this will probably come up a lot, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. Cultivate creativity, good vibes, most of the time. Pick positive, be true, be kind. Take the first step. One day or day one, it's your choice. So it comes in white. I've already started hacking it up because that's where this came from. I dwell in positivity. Excuse me, I can read possibility. I dwell in positivity too. Yes, I do. So it comes in white and black because small talk comes in black and white. And that's where that came from. I can hear you now. All that black ink. It's okay. The ink in your printer is just another art supply. Just like you have to rebuy markers, just like you have to rebuy Posca pens, just like you have to rebuy glue, the ink in your printer is just another art supply that you deserve to use. So there. And there's so much on here that print it once. It'll last for a really long time. It will last and last. These are the same quotes. just different versions. So if you don't want to print the black one, and I've putting most of my stuff on Etsy as a PDF because I like that it opens all at once. So you have everything in front of you and you can pick if you just want to print page 1, just print page 1. If you want to print 3 copies of page 1, just print 3 copies of page 1. You don't have to print out the black one, but you have the option if you should ever want to do so. And it's one page. It's okay. It's all right. You'll be hooked, I promise. In that light. So then I was off and running. I want to do a zine every month, like Helen at Journal with Purpose. I'll put a link below. So much fun. She's got a magnificent channel. If you've not checked her out, please do so. I also I'd like to do a monthly glue book. We'll see. And by the way, since we're talking about June, because that's the next topic, I'm going to put a clip in right here. I wish you could smell TV. Smell-o-vision? The lilacs are just starting to bloom here, and I've got my window open and it's just wafting in. It's like having a giant vase of lilacs right outside my window, and it's magic. That means summer is here. So beautiful. It's a gorgeous almost June day. In light of new words, fresh phrases, I also made this, and I will be making one for each month the rest of the year, or all year long for a year, but July's will be out in a little while. I know some of you, it's May and you're working on your July stuff. I know. Next year, my stuff will be all ahead of the game because it'll be done. It's May. I'm on plan for June. Okay? It's as far ahead as I go. But I made these 4 pages to this kit. These 2 in color and the exact same 2 minus the background. So they're just black and white if you'd rather have that. But I've been playing with some index card play. I will show you that in another video because I have a new tool and I think it's pretty cool. So that's upcoming. Can't cram it all in one video. Too much coffee? Perhaps. So I made these index cards and as backgrounds I made them just to play with my new toy, but they seemed perfect for this project as well. So these are all June words, phrases, and quotes. And I made these bigger ones so you could put them on the cover of something. If you wanted to do a June altered book, you could do that, or a June signature, or a June glue book, or, bigger for your June entries of your journal, or whatever. Can't read them all to you, but they're all June related. Let the summer in begin. Sunny summer days, singing in the rain. Let's have a picnic in the park. Oh, the smell of rain in the air. Float. Slow down. Relax, refresh, reboot. Speaking of reboot, watch for that. That's something coming up too. Gentle breezes. You know how the summer breeze blows through the bedroom window and just moves those white sheer curtains? Oh, there's just nothing like it. Let's visit s'more. The sweet smell of bonfires. Daisies and dandelions. Endless twilight, indigo skies. Flower power. Who doesn't love daisies? Go barefoot. Walk in the grass. So it's all... And then there's a whole bunch more. Alexandrite is the original June birthstone. For some reason, June has 4 or 5. I don't know. But Alexandrite is the purple Alexandrite is the real one. It's like a lilac ice. Oh, so beautiful. Cancer and Gemini are June babies. Celebrate. Capital with an exclamation point. Celebrate. Some smaller Junes to play with. Up your water intake. Go jump in the lake. Now, you can use those separate up your water intake if you're doing a health journal, or, it's hot. You gotta stay hydrated. Or up your water intake, go jump in the lake. You could use it all in one. Stay hydrated, dive in. They could be used together. Drop the oars and float. One of my favorite things ever. Moonbeams and marshmallows. May June bring you joy, happiness, love, and lots of sunshine. Go for a swim? Absolutely. Life is better at the lake. Life is better in flip-flops. At midnight in the month of June, I stand beneath the mystic moon. Edgar Allan Poe. It's all good. These are going to be quite popular. They are going to be quite popular. And I've noticed that sometimes we have similar ideas, and sometimes people just like really good ideas and make them their own, which is fine. I just want to make sure that you remember you saw it here first. Monthly words. I'm going to do seasonal words too. Yep. Because I live for words, love words, all about words. I love to do this kind of stuff on my covers like the rest of us, but I don't want them to be all the same all the time. Small talk. Really? Let's do something fresh and new. Plus, it's a whole lot cheaper, even with the ink. Like maybe $1 worth of ink and $1, I think it's $2. So $3, it's a whole lot less than the small talk notebooks. I love Holtz. What I don't like is things get cliche after a while. Like company and fish. After a long while, it just starts to stink. It's time for something fresh and new, and I hope that you're up for it. Those will be up in my Etsy store. That is what I have for you today. It is a beautiful, almost June day. There's a breeze blowing that lilac smell around. It's time to go out, cut the grass. You have a lovely crafty day. My take at the lake. Out for now.